Hello, this is Kimberly Santiago. Welcome to the Contemporary Business Leadership presentation. The purpose of the presentation is to identify different leadership theories in business leaders by interviewing a known leader and researching a well-known leader and compare leadership styles, how they resolve challenges and behaviors that leaders should demonstrate. The presentation covers Grace Santiago's leadership, the application of leadership theory, her greatest achievement, what principles did she use to accomplish this achievement, to include the comparison of Howard Schultz and Grace's leadership styles, along with some key characteristics that a leader should demonstrate, and reflections for the interview and research process. The leader selected for this presentation is none other than my sister, Grace Santiago. She's a wonderful sister, daughter, and mother of two. She's also my boss. I teach a Bible study group of residents at the facility she works at, and I have seen her interact and be available for her team no matter the time of day or night. Grace Santiago works in the healthcare industry with Hidden Meadow, is an assisted living facility in Montana where they specialize in memory care, such as Alzheimer's and dementia. She has served as the administrator for the past 5.5 years. Leadership is a process whereby an individual influences a group of individuals to achieve a common goal. In a leadership trait theory approach, we attempt to identify personality characteristics or interpersonal attributes that differentiate leaders from followers. After conducting a leadership interview with Grace, she possesses great cognitive abilities by identifying problems and being able to rapidly identify causes in changing situations. She also displays interpersonal and business skills to influence and persuade others under her care, most importantly, to maximize the use of organizational assets. While the other skills are critical, her strategic skills are impressive. With Grace's Hidden Meadows strategic vision, she was able to establish a positive vision for the future, which was considered a first step in applying transformational leadership. What is Grace's greatest career achievement? By answering this question, her values, work ethic, and personality and skills shine through. One of the greatest achievements during her time at Hidden Meadow was successfully managing the transition of ownership and leadership during her first year as the administrator. To address this opportunity, she asked herself, what would I like to see in a leader? She focused on identifying areas of improvement, developed a plan to implement the highest standard of care for her residents, invited her team to collaborate and take initiative on the mission, and used the reward system for higher engagement. Grace demonstrated servant leadership, which is defined as involving others in decision-making that is based in ethical and caring behavior, by listening, being aware, showing stewardship, and being dedicated to the growth of her team. A recent significant ethical career challenge Grace faced as an administrator involved an elderly couple. The husband required around-the-clock care due to early-stage dementia, and the wife was unable to care for him due to physical and emotional exhaustion, along with her own health issues. Grace had the difficult decision in determining whose well-being needs to take a priority: the husband's immediate need for care or the wife's need for respite and rehabilitation. As a residential facility, Hidden Meadow could only make a partial decision, as they relied on insight from healthcare providers. And after consulting with both the medical team and considering the needs of both individuals, Grace and her team made the difficult decision to admit the husband into the facility. This allows the wife to regain her quality of life with the potential for rehabilitation and relief from the burdens of caregiving. Managers perform functions associated with planning, investigating, organizing, and control. Grace's style aligns more with a managerial role because of the required collaboration with interdisciplinary teams, to name a few: physicians, nurses, social workers, therapists, and nutritionists to provide a holistic care for residents with dementia. Influencing people involves various bases of power depending on the situation. The way we choose to influence others and types of power use can have important implications for the responses we get. During Grace's challenge, she depended on her expert power. Expert power is a form of personal power that influences others because of one's specialized knowledge or skill in a specific area. Grace's behavior during this challenge demonstrated knowledge and the ability to trust not only her expertise from years of experience, but also her staff. The leader I chose to compare to Grace Santiago is Howard Schultz. He was the Starbucks CEO from 1986 to 2000 and 2008 to 2017, an interim CEO from 2022 to 2023. He turned a regional office coffee company into one of the world's top brands. His leadership styles has a lot in common with Grace's leadership. They are both transformational leaders because of the way they developed a vision for the organization. Howard's vision was for Starbucks to be third place between home and work. Grace's vision for the future when acquiring the administrator role depended on charisma, optimism, and enthusiasm. In addition, they are both exceptional servant leaders by building a community and the commitment to grow founded in honesty and loyalty to those under their care. When viewing their weaknesses, burnout is a common condition because of their transformational leadership. This can have a negative effect on personal life and ability to relax. To avoid burnout, it is a good practice to delegate part of their power to trusted employees who would coordinate their work. An entrepreneurial mindset is important in achieving the organization's mission, vision, and strategy because an entrepreneur realizes that they can't do everything, so they delegate responsibilities to people they trust who are smarter and more experienced than them in those areas, but still keep people accountable for their actions. Grace scored high 56 in her entrepreneurial mindset because of the importance she places on the goals, visions, and the interdisciplinary team of maintenance staff, director of nursing, support personnel, and nutritionists to foster a culture of problem solving and innovation. She's also rated high in empathy and emotional stability due to her success in this demanding nature of work. 3 characteristics a leader should demonstrate is to empower people to be a part of something larger than themselves by pursuing the vision and welcoming the team to do the same. Secondly, motivate employees in terms of direction and emotional intelligence. And lastly, effective communication and conflict resolution. By promoting effective communication and conflict resolution, one can foster lasting relationships and help the team to learn to actively listen and express their thoughts without judgment. The reason I chose to interview Grace is because I see her leading at work in a respectable manner. I chose Howard Schultz because he was the closest one in the list that I believed matched in some way of responsibilities. For me to understand the mindset of Grace within her role, I asked her how comfortable she was in her position and in achieving her goals. To include how was she invested in the awareness of her team's well-being. From this project, I learned that there are great leaders who invest in others, who see the vision of what the future can hold, and they go for it with courage, passion, and discipline. I admire my sister for dedicating herself to the residents and staff who depend on her daily. Less visitations at assisted living facilities can occur due to geographical distance, guilt about visiting residents' cognitive abilities, and sometimes lack of understanding about the importance of regular visits. In Hidden Meadow, the staff become their family, and this is truly a work of angels. Thank you.